Like UFC 97, April 18th.
UFC 97 Redemption. Not to be mistaken
In Montreal,
for UFC.
Canada.
Yes.
Now, you know what I find interesting? That they have a card in Canada, and none of the big fights are Canadian. There's a bunch of Canadians on. I mean, a ton of Canadians on the undercard.
Yeah,
but not in the main event.
Yeah. It's going to be held at the Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec.
My boy Dennis Kang is on the undercard. Jason McDonald, David Loiseau, Mark Brennan. I'm just looking at all the Canadians.
Yes. Well, let's start out with the first fight of actually the night. Actually, we're going to only cover the main card and stuff, and that's
Louise Kane versus Steve Cantwell. I'm going with Kane. What knockout? Bang.
Kane.
Yep.
Steve Cantwell is 7-1. He'll be going against Louise Kane, who is 10-1-1.
Well,
what do you think?
I think Kane is
light heavyweight belt.
Kane is 9-1 according to Wikipedia.
Yeah, see, that's why we did this once before, because people be like, "You guys are fucked up."
Yeah, well, Kane is, according to Wikipedia, Kane is 9-1 and 8 wins by knockout. So I think he's going to get his 10th knockout victory over Cantwell.
I'm going to go with George and agree that I think that he's going to KO Cantwell. Moving on to the next fight.
You got Chech Congo versus Antonio
Hardunk. Don't say it. Let me pronounce it, because we don't need no keyboard cowboys fucking digging up in our ass about shit. Chech Congo versus Antonio Hardunk. I probably said the shit wrong.
Hardunk is 8-4.
What do you think about Chech Congo?
Chech Congo needs this to win this to keep his contract.
Right.
Period.
You think so?
That's my opinion.
What do you think? Because a lot of people are big on Chech Congo.
That's fine.
Are you one of those guys who's big on Chech Congo?
Definitely not.
What about Hardunk? Do you know anything about him?
It sounds like he's got
I know he's 8-4. I think Chech Congo's going to walk through this guy.
We will see. I mean, Chech Congo's won his last 2 versus Dan Evanson, and I'm not even going to out Turk. But before that, he lost to Heath Herring.
Chech Congo, that's a bad African motherfucker. He's built. If he doesn't, he could. I mean, he is an athlete.
He is.
Say it right.
I mean, I think Chech Congo. I mean, he's got a spot in the UFC, but he's got to keep winning. Do I ever see him fighting for the belt? No.
Right. You know.
No.
A lot of people. We actually have some people on our boards that thought they would like to see him fight for the belt.
Heavyweight? Okay, I don't.
I just don't think the UFC has any of the good heavyweights. Right? I think all the good heavyweights are over in affliction.
Okay, he can't beat Randy Couture right now, and Randy Couture's old enough to be my father. He can't beat him. I don't care.
I agree.
He can't beat Brock Lesnar, and he can't beat Frank Mir.
No, you're right.
So out of those, he's not. He's just one of those weight classes.
Does that ever matter with Dana White though? He just throws shit.
It matters to George.
That's what I think about mattering shit for you.
All right. Anyway. On to the next fight. Brian Stann versus
Krzysztof Szymanski.
Yeah.
Could someone please give me a grade on that pronunciation and see if I pronounce it right? You could grade me anywhere A, B, C, D, or E.
Brian Stann is 6-1 with 6 knockouts.
Right. Krzysztof was a beast.
6 foot.
The Polish Experiment is what he goes by. I liked him in last season's Ultimate Fighter. He was good.
16-8 though. So he splits.
That's all right though, man. You see a lot of these guys who end up.
Half of his wins are by submission.
Yeah, he's good on the ground. He's got a great ground game. He's got a decent stand-up, but he's got a great ground game. I think I'd have to say if this fight went to the ground, I got to put him in the driver's seat.
He lost to Ben Rothwell, Reese Andy, Mike
Ben
Whitehead.
Rothwell is nasty.
Yeah, he's.
Let me know what you guys think about this fight, because we just don't do these videos just to jerk predictions. We want to hear what everybody else thinks, what their predictions are going to be. Moving on to the next bout, which we already have a video out there about. Obviously, it's a big thing. Anytime you talk about the Iceman Chuck Liddell, he's going to be going up against Shogun Rua.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I am pronouncing shit right in the
Finally.
But obviously, Liddell, he's not holding the belt right now, but when you look at a man who has basically put together the 1, 3, 4, and 5 biggest draws in UFC history, that means people like to see Chuck Liddell fight. People like to tune in to watch this guy fight. So that alone, the fact that he's on the card fighting Shogun, that might cause this just to be a big fucking draw.
Very, very
big
well
at the gate and big at the draw.
I think Chuck Liddell's going to win by knockout. Maybe Chuck Liddell's a counter puncher, and I think Rua realizes that he needs to win this, in my opinion, to stay with the UFC.
I agree with you.
Because he fought a withered and old and just rotten Mark Coleman. Mark Coleman, stop fighting, man. Seriously. Go
or
be a
if you
coach.
do want to fight George, because you could knock that motherfucker out real fast.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
But,
ain't
I mean,
gonna fight you.
I think Rua needs to win this in convincing fashion to stay on Dana White's good side. Because if not, you could see Rua.
Yeah, I mean, Rua is, obviously, all these guys are incredible fighters, but Rua, to me, he hasn't been ultra impressive since he's come up from Pride. He just hasn't. I mean, and, there's a lot of different things with Pride. These guys can be jacked in Pride. There's a lot of things where you saw a lot of these guys come over, UFC, and they fell off. They were incredible in Pride, but you know what?
I think if Rua presses this, he gets knocked out. If he kind of stays back and tries to push Chuck to come after him, he could beat Chuck.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see what happens with Liddell's career after this. A lot of people are saying this is his last fight period in the UFC, win or lose.
Right. Yeah. We'll see what's up. I mean, I just think I think Liddell is just he's very lengthy. He can measure you up really good. I just don't see who again.
He generates so much power in those hands.
He really does. Now the main event. Fight of the night. Is the middleweight championship bout.
I can't go against Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva versus God, man, how do you pronounce this guy's name?
Ladies. It's the Leites, Mike.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, this guy's 14-1.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a slouch.
He's not a slouch.
Thales Leites. Yeah, go ahead, rip me. I don't care.
Yeah. Anyway, we want to hear what you guys think about that. I don't think anybody out there is really going to go against Anderson Silva. His last fight against Patrick Cote, obviously Patrick Cote was pushing him, not pushing him in the sense of beating him, but pushing him into
these last
deeper into the fight.
I mean, your boy Leites has beaten Nate Marquardt, Drew McFrady.
Nate Marquardt is impressive, because the last time that cat fought and he did all that Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, whatever the fuck that movie was, and was spinning around with back fists and shit. I know, man. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He's bad as shit. So if he fucking laid him out, then this guy, he's no joke.
Well, that's our UFC 97
Woo!
preview.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to tell the good people?